looking at this latest M&D report of Chinese military activity around Taiwan, is this the reaction that people were expecting from China to the result from the results of Taiwan's elections?
It does not appear that way. All things considered, 11 inside the de facto ADIS is nothing to scoff at, but compared to other reactionary violations we've seen, this is actually quite small. So, if we are waiting for some kind of military focused reaction to the election, I don't think this is it.
Leading up to last Saturday's presidential elections, the military, Taiwan's military, wasn't expecting any sort of big Chinese military reaction. But going forward in the next few months, do you think we'll see something major like we saw when Pelosi visited Taiwan or when President Taiwan met McCarthy in California?
Well, I think it's definitely possible. Given the PLA's kind of lack of activity in the latter half of 2023 leading up to the election, I think they're in a position where they have the maintenance cycle set and the aircraft ready to launch a major operation if they'd like to, a major drill. That being said, obviously weather is a consideration, and there are a number of other factors. Really, what I've seen is the PRC's response to the election has been obviously Nauru switched diplomatic relations after some pressure from China, or rather economic incentive from China. So I think that as we move forward, the military option may open up more. But as of right now, I'm not seeing any signs that they're preparing for that, although that could really change at the drop of a hat.
Now, recently, Taiwan's defense ministry changed the way that it's publishing information about Chinese military activity around its airspace and within the ADIZ. It used to publish flight paths, these arrows that show where the aircraft are flying and the type of aircraft and how many. But now it's only publishing zones. I wanted to get your opinion on what these changes mean in the sense of transparency and showing this information to the public.
Well, it's definitely a major change. Unfortunately, I don't agree with this change. I think that there are elements of the new map that are very strong. I think the fact that it shows the de facto ADIS, the ADIS area that Taiwan actually uses to define its security buffer, is a very smart decision. It kind of dissuades Chinese misinformation about the numbers that we were receiving from the MND about those aircraft being over mainland China, which was never the case, but it was something that China consistently claimed. But I think that not showing flight paths and showing zones, it's too vague. I think it is a mistake not to show kind of what we used to see, which was notional flight paths, but specific enough to kind of really understand what the PLA was doing, what kind of coercive activity Taiwan was dealing with. And the same can be said about specific aircraft types. We're being told there are fighters. We don't know what kind of fighters. Same with drones and other aircraft. I think that this does represent a step back in the MND's information sharing policies that I hope that they correct.